Locked and double locked.
Let somebody try and heave a brick through that window, and I'll send Finn out to eat him alive.
Look, we got the precinct watching us. You got a patrolman on the corner, a ferocious, man-eating dog right here. Who could be nervous?
All right now, big boy, don't be lonesome. Now, I'm sorry I had to put you out of the bed, but I'll be right upstairs, and I'll leave a light on in the kitchen for you.
I got his rug over by the window.
Oh, thanks, Pat, for that and everything else. All right, big boy, come on, you're on duty. Sit. Sit down. Lie down. Good fella. On guard. Fact is, if it hadn't been for you holding things together here, I never would have got your mother and Annie to that plane.
Now, you give Jack some credit here. He was right about a few things.
Come on.
All right, all right. Anyway, it quieted it down pretty quick between Mary and Siobhan. Mainly because Mary had to go to work. But, you know, I'm not going to urge Siobhan to choose a career in real estate.
Yeah, especially not the slumlord kind. Just country property.
Right, like the Caleri farm. So the one who's going to be lonesome is you?
No. Well, the truth is, your mother's never been away from me, really, except for that one trip back when her mother died. And a couple of days in the hospital when you kids were born. No, I'm happy she went back now. See them put the old place together again. Maggie and Red and the kids and Annie. Just to know what kind of a farmer Red'll make. Fact is, I never even met the man. But if he thinks he can handle the land and the work, I'm glad I made the investment. It's a whole lot of money, but the place means everything to your mother. I wanted to do it.
How much is this going to strap you?
Come on, Patrick, I haven't been strapped since before you were born, and I never will again. I got enough to manage.
All right.
I am no dealer with any private yacht, but I'm not scraping the bottom of the barrel either.
Delia ought to be on a yacht. Going far, far away. You know, she came by with a bon voyage present from Ma after you left.
Oh, sweet.
Mm-hmm. You bet she was.
What'd she have to say?
Well, she's delighted Tom's back. Laughter and cheer coming down to her from upstairs.
She hasn't lost her touch, has she?
No. No.
Well, listen, Patrick. Whatever she said, you know it isn't the truth.
Some of it isn't. But I can believe that Faith is content taking care of him. And I can believe he's loving every minute of it.
All right, let's examine the other one.
Do you see any improvement?
Nothing striking, but that doesn't
Would
mean...
you kindly tell me something definite? I'd like to know where I stand, Roger. I go mad living like this.
Tom, I know it's hard living with uncertainty.
Oh, yes? When have you ever been uncertain about anything in your entire life?
Well, I've had my moments, and sometime I'll tell you all about them, but right now I need to examine your eyes.
Forget it. The examination's finished.
Tom, I need to look at your other eye.
And I'd like to look at anything. Forgive the self-pity. It disgusts me, too. What I really meant to say is I don't like the situation I'm in. I'd like to change it.
Tom, would you please lie down?
I'm not asking to see, but I'd like to make some plans. Living one day at a time just doesn't suit me. I've considered studying Braille. Would you recommend that? Or would my eyesight return halfway through the course? Oh, and maybe I should get a seeing eye dog who can be returned if he proves unnecessary. It's a terrible thing to do to an animal. Let him get attached to you, then send him off. Make himself a new life. You see, I'm already half mad.
You seem painfully sane to me, Tom. It's Faith, isn't it? Having her
Finish
around.
the examination.
All right. Finished.
Nothing?
No significant change.
Thanks. Of course it's Faith. I foresaw this, but I just didn't think it would be so bad.
Tom, I have a sense of how hard this is for you, and I'm sorry.
I experience her differently now that I can't see her. I sense her in my hands and my skin. It's an exquisite form of torture. But I'm not a masochist, Roger, and I don't enjoy it.
Does Faith have any idea?
No, and I'll never tell her.
Tom, maybe if you talked it out.
She doesn't love me. I love her. She doesn't love me. I mean, how do you talk that out?
Tom, it may be easier than you think. Look, Faith must know that you're unhappy. She has a kind of radar that picks up on those signals.
I don't give her any signals. I'm perfectly cheerful when she's about. If I can't be, well, I recite poetry. She knows nothing.
Well, you may be right, Tom, but I think maybe she's figured it out. It's just like Faith to hold back and wait for you to give her an opening.
Lovely. And then we can discuss the miserable state of my soul, put it under a microscope and cluck over it. Poor, blind, unloved Tom. I don't want her sympathy. Or yours.
All right. I'll try not to give a damn. I'll see you tomorrow.
Tell me I'll see you.
Tom, there is hope.
Where there's faith, there's hope.
Yeah, a sense of humor in spite of himself. That's a good sign. Good night, Tom.
Hi, I didn't hear you come upstairs.
Well, I'm sorry I was late, but I was an emergency. I guess I'll go down and see what Delia's up to.
Sure. Good night. So, how was the examination?
Same? How's the laundry?
Same?
Oh.
You about ready to turn in?
I suppose so.
Well, here, why don't you move, then I'll,
No, you...
straighten up the bed.
You don't have to.
I know I don't have to. But would you let me be compulsive?
Oh, as you wish. The closet, is it over this way to...
It's straight ahead.
Yeah.
Good old, reliable Audrey. Would you like one?
Yeah, I would. Would you like yours warmed?
No, thanks. I'll just use my hands. Thank you. You enjoy that, don't you?
Yeah, I like toys.
What's on your mind?
You and Nancy Feldman? You want to tell me what that was all about?
Well, I have to assume that Nancy's already told you.
I haven't spoken to Nan. Bob was concerned.
I lost my temper.
So he said.
You don't need to be protected from me. Not by Nancy Feldman, and if I may say so, not by Bob either.
Bob and Nancy weren't protecting me. They were simply trying to follow my directive.
Is that so?
Yes, that is so. I asked them to avoid mention of the fact, if possible, that I had gone to New York.
You told them to lie to me?
No.
Well, then how should we describe it? You asked them to misrepresent the situation.
No.
Well, then let me tell you that they were not following your directive. Because initially that situation was misrepresented. When I finally realized that something was going on and I asked about it, Nancy's attitude was both unpleasant and arrogant.
Nancy is direct. I've never known her to be either unpleasant or arrogant.
Are you saying I'm lying?
Not at all. I'm saying you're confused and angry. And I believe I understand why.
Come on, Frank. You went to New York to see Jillian Bolak, despite my express wish that you not do so. You asked Bob and Nancy to cover for you, and you all got caught. Now, that's what we're talking about, isn't it?
No, it isn't. And it isn't about Nancy Feldman's attitude, either. It's about you and me and Jill.
Mrs. Bolak?
Help me.
I'm so sorry, but you just had your medication.
Please help me. I'm not pretending, really. I'm trying to be brave, but it hurts me so much. Please help me, please.
Lie still, Mrs. Bolak, please. Now, don't move. Just relax and breathe deeply.
I can't. Get Seneca for me. Tell Seneca to come here now, please.
Don't move. I'll be right back.
Tell her to give it to me. The shot. Tell her to give it to me, please.
I can't.
You can. I can't stand this. I hate it. I know that I'm babbling and I'm crying and I'm not making any sense, but it hurts me so much. It won't go away. It hurts everywhere, everything. When I breathe, it hurts me.
Jillian, lie absolutely still. Now be quiet. You're just going to do yourself more harm.
I don't mean to. I don't want to. But please make it go away.
Now stop
Please.
it now. Stop it now. Honey, I understand. I know that it is agony. And I wish that I could tell you that it was going to go away soon, but I can't. Jillian, it'll get better, but it's going to stay with you for a long time, and you have to learn how to manage it without completely depending on drugs. Otherwise, you're liable to come out of this as an addict. Now, do you understand what I'm saying?
I won't, I promise.
Honey, promises have nothing to do with it. You won't be able to help yourself. Massive doses of narcotics produce dependence. We are not talking about self-control, Jillian. We are talking about addiction.
How can I make it go away? What can I do?
Get through it. Endure it.
I can't.
Yes, you can. You can. Now, listen to me. Just know that you're going to get well eventually. I'll stay with you for a while. Huh? Here. Take my hand. Okay. Now squeeze it. Squeeze it tight. All right. Now, listen, I want you to try to relax. Forget everything. Just concentrate on my hand and how hard you can hold it, okay? Now squeeze. Harder. That's good. Okay, think about nothing else.
Oh, God.
Tighter, Jillian. It's better. That is much better. Good.
No, Seneca.
Listen to me for a few minutes.
I have no desire, after a long and trying day, to sit here and discuss your obsession with another man's wife. If you want the real truth, I am sick to death of the whole discussion.
As a matter of fact, only a small part of what I have to say concerns Jill. Now, mainly it's about you and me. I love you, but in a particular way in which I've never loved anyone else. I love you because you're an extraordinary person. I love you because you have given me everything that an ambitious Irish Catholic from the streets of Riverside could possibly hope for in terms of a career. And I love you because...
Why?
Well, what I was about to say sounds incredibly selfish. It is selfish, but it's true.
What?
I love you because I know that doing things for me makes you happy. I know that you've enjoyed everything that you've caused to happen for me as much as I have. And in a way, that relieves me of always having to say thank you. And it relieves me of having to feel that I should love you the same way I love Jill.
Present tense.
That's right. I'm not going to lie about it, Ray. I love her, I probably always will. Now ask me if I foresee any possibility of a future with her. Or if there were a possibility, if that future could possibly work.
Thank you. I think I'll avoid those questions.
The answer to both is no.
Then why can't you stay away from her, Frank?
Well, obviously I can. I'm away from her now. Ray, I only wanted to spare your feelings about the trip. All right?
All right.
Sure you don't want anything?
No, I was considering a belt of Irish, but I guess not. Actually, I was considering a whole bottle.
Well, that's fine if you got all day tomorrow to be flat on your back.
That's just the trouble. I mean, I got to report for duty at 8 a.m.
Too bad. Thank you, Lord.
You said that just like Ma.
Well, listen. You live with somebody for 30-odd years, and a little bit is bound to rub off. Where is she now, do you think? Halfway over, maybe.
Over the Atlantic. Probably sound asleep.
Tell you a secret. I will be lonesome without her. I am already. Just a little. I miss her.
And what makes it okay is you know that she's coming back to you.
Yeah. Patrick, I wish you knew that Jill... I wish you knew that Faith would be coming back to you.
Yeah.
Oh, Patrick, you may not want to hear this, but I haven't given up hope.
Well, you better. Because she's made her choice and she's going to stick right with it.
She's made a bargain and she's seeing it through. That's the way I look at it. Once Tom gets his citizenship and is back on his feet, oh, Pat, she is in love with you. Suppose in a year's time they get a divorce, everything could still work out.
But he's blind and alone. And she will convince herself that he can't live without her.
No, not Faith. She's got too much sense for that.
You don't know. You don't understand how guilty she feels about hating him after what happened in the country. Hating him and loving me. Acting like her husband was dead. She's gonna be making it up to him for the rest of her life.
I don't think so. And you don't really think so either. It's just something you're afraid might happen.
Look, I have got to let go of her.
Sure, Patrick. While she's married, yes. But suppose she comes to you in 6 months' time and...
It's a fantasy. I want to believe it, but I don't dare because I know Faith. Living with him, sharing his troubles, admiring his courage. In 6 months, she's not going to even consider divorce.
Here, I'll help you.
No, it's all right. I just have to remember the chair here. Here. Hey, Faith, what have you done with the chair?
It's right to your left. Are you okay?
Yeah, I'm fine. Good night, Faith. I can manage on my own now.
Good night. Listen, call me if you need anything.
No nonsense. Don't give me another thought.
Every weekend, girls just want to have fun. It's Gilmore Girls on SoapNet. Catch back-to-back episodes of one of TV's most popular shows. Saturday nights at 9 and Sundays at 6. Gilmore Girls on SoapNet.